So first off, we had actually a few questions related to this, but people are asking, what can you do to land a job if you don't necessarily have a lot of experience, not just within IT consulting, but not a lot of real-world experience? So for students who might just be graduating, what can they do?
Absolutely. No, that's great. Thanks, Caitlin. This is a great question. I get this asked every time. So for people who don't have relevant IT experience, you're just getting out of school. It's not a big deal, right? We all have to start somewhere, right? What is more important is what steps are you taking to get there, right? So in terms of if you really want to get into one of the top IT consulting firms, have you thought about taking any certifications, right? Let's say you're coming fresh out of school, you just finished your bachelor's or your master's. It's gonna be your first job. You want to join as a consultant, one of the top consulting firms. I think what will really help is if you can, think about something like a project management certification or some kind of ITIL certification. If you have taken some kind of courses, during your bachelor's or your master's, what relevant courses have you taken in terms of what we do in this IT consulting industry? And then basically talking about those certifications, talking about those coursework that you did as a part of your school in your actual interview sessions, right? So make that your focal point when you're giving these interviews, right? I mean, this is the value that I bring. I took this course. I'm just taking an example. Let's say the course was called systems analysis, right? Systems analysis and design. I took this course, systems analysis and design, during my bachelor's or master's at University of Cincinnati. This is what I learned. It was a great course. I learned about the systems. How do we do the design in a typical software development approach, and then basically talking about all that what you learned, and giving a positive spin to it, reading about that in the internet, making sure that you're prepared to talk about it. And then of course certifications will really help. This will basically show me that okay, this person has taken that extra step, he's really interested. That's why he has done this certification. He wants to make a career in this profession and things like that. So all these things, if you can, showcase, as we say in consulting, make a business case around your coursework, your certification. I think that will really help in the real market.
Excellent. So another good question here for students who are coming from a non-target school. So obviously the big firms, they have the target schools that are on their list for recruiting, but is there anything that students who are coming from non-target schools can do in particular to stand out and get noticed?
Oh, absolutely. So I mean, great question again. This So as far as big fours, and I can speak about IBMs and Accentures also because I do have a ton of colleagues and friends who work there. Yes, the target schools is a correct thing, because we do have target schools. What I mean by target schools is we have, as big fours, we have certain schools that we go to for recruitment, right? And we recruit it every year, so we have a relationship with those academic institutions, and so those are the target schools for people who are not very familiar with the term. But having said that, it is not that these consulting firms recruit only from target schools, and if someone is graduating from a non-target school, he or she has any less chances to get selected. That's a wrong conception in the market, and it is not true. But the way to do that, if you are from a non, it just makes your life a little bit easier if you are studying or graduating out of a target school. But if you are from a non-target school, I think what will really help is your network, right? So you have all these great websites like LinkedIn, right? eVisors, people like me, right, who have been in the consulting industry for a while. Of course, we have a ton of network within the industry, right? So network. The more people you can reach out on LinkedIn, the more people you can talk to. You have all these networking drives. Hang out with these people, talk to them. So LinkedIn is a great source. Another way for you to do that is basically, I mean, just apply. I mean, if you know someone, let's say if you know me, employee referrals, those are a great source, right? So you may be from a non-target school, but if you know people who are working at Big Fours or IBMs or Accentures of the world, you can of course reach out to me or other people saying that, hey, I came across this position. I went through the careers website of PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, came about this position is really interesting. I have some experience around this area, or I've taken some courses. I'm someone who is fresh out of school, but I'm really interested in this opportunity. Is there any way you can help me with an employee referral? And people help. I mean, a lot of times you take a step back thinking that, hey, if I reach out to these people, he doesn't even know me, he or she doesn't even know me, why will he help me? But actually you'll be surprised. There you will really make friends very quickly, and people genuinely want to help each other, right? There are so many people who reach out to me every day on LinkedIn, and I help them out if I see it as a good fit between what they have to offer and what the company needs, what the specific position needs. I go ahead and do employee referrals all the time. So I mean, there are tons of people like me. So as I'm saying, I mean, if you're from a non-target school, network, employee referrals, and of course, you can directly apply on the website. And if you do have the right skills, if you do have the right background, you will be contacted by one of the recruiters from these firms. So I think it's just a matter of trying, and not stopping, and keep trying. And I think if you do have something valuable to offer to the position, you will be contacted. It might be probably 2 weeks later, but eventually you will be. So I think the best answer to that will be network, LinkedIn, people like me, and basically just reaching out, networking events, and just applying on the website. I think you will get there.